What's up, y'all? This your girl Starr Kraziness, and I'm coming to you with another review of Little Women LA. Now, this is season 5, episode 10, Plastic Problems. And when I tell you it was some problems, it was some issues, it was a situation. Plastic needed had exit stage left before she would have. Now, Tanya was my favorite on this episode. I'm just gonna say, because to me, this episode was boring as hell. Okay, it was just boring until we got towards the end of the photo shoot with Tanya. But Tanya had me rolling at the end. But we gonna get into that a little bit later. If you hear my fan, don't mind it. Once again, it's hot in Atlanta, and I just can't take it. Where's the fall? So let's go ahead and get into it. So we get into Christy and her fam. Basically, they're going bowling. Ooh, I love me some bowling, but Christy can't bowl to save her life. Just put it out there. So she's talking to her mom, her and Todd. They're talking about the mystery dinner and how Tara just went off on her and how Jasmine came at her as well and stuff like this. And then she was trying to still plead her case that she has nothing to do with Brianna getting served papers. She didn't even know about the situation and stuff like that. And her mom was like looking all confused, like, really? Why are they still getting on you about that? You just don't know half the time what your daughter be up to, okay? So they got to keep their eyes open. And then she talks about, why don't you invite Plastic to meet the other girls and tell her side of the story and stuff like that. And I'm like, at this point in time, I'm with Tanya. Who really cares? At the end of the day, that is Matt and Brianna business. If he wants to go dibble and dabble in other people, let's just say that, that's his business. If she wants to still accept that, and that's him and her. So at this point in time, it doesn't matter. Okay, you saying your side of the story. It's only what Brianna and Matt want to do at this point. Okay. So, then we get to Jason and Tara. Hey, Jason, boo. If you don't know who he is, he's on the Little Women New York edition. And he's like one of my favorite ones on there. Besides that, I mean, I was going to do that at one point in time, but then it just got boring. Like, I just couldn't do it. But he comes in and he invites her to go to, like, it looks like they're doing like hip hop dancing type of workout. But it was a class and stuff like that. So, you know, they're doing that little thing, getting that groove thing on. So then they go, like, after this class is over, they go to like another classroom and just talk, chit chat, what's been going on with you. And she just been like, I'm not getting along with Christy, but you know, that's status quo right there, so it's not gonna change. And then she was like, well, I have some news to tell you. I haven't told any of the other girls, but I'm going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Woo, woo, woo. And I think Dancing with the Stars for this particular season has already premiered. So, congrats to you on that, Tara. And of course, she's nervous. She's scared because she has to be up and ready after her C-section. And that's 3 weeks after. So, I'm like, and he was like, oh, so I really prepared you for this. You should thank me. You're welcome. You know, stuff like that. But all in all, I hope everything goes well with Dancing Stars with you, as well as your baby on the coming to be into this world and all that. But the best advice he gave to her was take it a day at a time. And that's all you can do, because you just never know. So then we get to Jasmine and Christy. I really don't know why Jasmine keeps wanting to meet with Christy, but whatever. So they're sitting there and talking, and then Christy got to a point where she was calling Jasmine fake, but she was just saying this in her confessional or whatever. So she's just really trying to see if she is on her side or if she's on the other girl's side. So she asks about how Christy's dad doing. Christy go into this, my dad, he's suffering from cancer, he's on his last leg, blah blah blah. And she breaks down in tears. I'm like, okay, this is the same. Okay, I just can't with Christy at times. Then it got to a point where Jasmine felt like, dang, was I being too harsh? I didn't know you was going through all that, boo. If I would have knew that, I wouldn't even came at you like that. I would have came at you a different way. But to me, I ain't, I'm kind of with Tara on this. Sometimes I think Christy does play the sympathy card. Like, she knows she in doo-doo, but she feels if she says this, the cards will change in her favor. Sometimes I feel like that, but she be on some other stuff. She just be on some other stuff. That's all I can say. And she's saying she's tired of trying to defend herself. It's very frustrating. Jasmine was frustrated at how she was actually a part of Julie getting Brianna served with some papers, and then come to find out Christy wasn't even a part of that. I'm like, this is just too much. This is just too much. And what is it? Jasmine was like, okay, bump all that, but how did you know she was gonna get served with some papers? And Christy like, huh? Like, you heard her the first time. How did you know Brianna was gonna get served with some papers? Like, don't be acting dumbfounded now. And she was like, well, Julie told me she was in trouble, and I told her I didn't want to get into none of that. I want to be professional. And I'm like, you still want to be nosy though. I'm like, I can't take it. They talked some more small talk, but I'm not even gonna get into it. It's just like, if y'all gonna be done with Christy, be done with Christy, okay? That's where I'm at with it, okay? So we got Joe and Tara. They're doing this little pool scene. They talk about the murder mystery dinner and what happened all there. Then Tara, she brings up how Julie reached out to her as well about being her publicist, but she knew it wasn't right because she, was working with Brianna and stuff like that, and she didn't want to get in the middle of that. So she, turned down that offer. But she goes to say her and Julie are still good friends. I'm like, oh, now all of a sudden you cool with Julie. Tara, I love you, but you be on some shady tips at times. You really do. So then she was like, I would love to talk to Julie to get to the bottom of this, to get her side of the story of what really happened. And Joe was like, that would be nice, but I don't think she would tell you everything because it's a legal issue. Certain stuff you can't just divulge to people, all right? And so she was like, well, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. And she actually did. She went to meet up with Julie. So then we got Brianna and Matt. Maverick is finally home, y'all. He's in good health. He's eating. Kudos to that. Then she talks about how the baby he had, he needed his diaper change. And she was like, oh, he do? I can't smell it. And I'm like, huh? But then she says that most Acons, they don't have a bridge in their nose, like a bridge gap in their nose. So they don't have a sense of smell. And I'm like, that's wow. That's wow. That's all I can say about that. Then Matt talking about he want to move forward. He don't want to look in the past. Brianna said, well, when I do look at our baby, I never want it to be a time where I be like, I'm only staying with you because of baby Maverick. And I'm like, I don't know. The man did a lot. And you claim you love him, but I think you also want him to be in the life to help take care of that baby he helped produce. Okay? Let's not fake the phone. Alright? Let's not do it. So they had a little small talk. Then we get to Tara and Julie. So Julie come up to the table. She just like, look, I'm curious. Why you got me here? We don't talk on the regular. We don't hang out. So what the issue is? And she was like, Tara was like, well, I just want to hear your side of the story, basically. I done heard Christy and I done heard Brianna. What's your side of the story? And she goes to say that Brianna left her in Las Vegas for an event at the airport. And she said that she got a text from Brianna because she was supposed to pick her up for the from the airport, and she was like, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And then Julie was like, well, that's just unacceptable. So the next morning, Matt called and said, we don't like this contract. And I'm like, what? Why are you even getting And so she was telling us how she's been working for Brianna for a year, and certain stuff just can't fly no more. Then we go to you know, she not getting paid. What is it? Tara like, wait a minute. You telling me for this whole year you ain't been getting compensated for your work? She was like, no. I'm like, wait, that's dumb on your part. Why do you have to wait till a year? You see, something ain't right with your story. If you know you ain't getting paid, hey, 2 months would woke my, no, the first paycheck would woke my butt up. I'm just saying. But a year, and you talking about, I don't know about that. And so she think it's because of Matt. You know, Matt ain't got no financial stuff going on for him. So, of course, he got to live off Brianna and stuff like that. And I'm like, I just can't take it. And, what is it? Tara, she still wants to know, like, well, how did you even know where Brianna was to be able to serve her some papers? And so, you know, I'm thinking she about to say Christy like everybody else. You know, we on the whole, it's Christy's fault, put her at the stake type thing. Come to find out, she said it's not Christy. She went and hired a private investigator. I was like, all right now, that's how we do it. And so Tara, she just couldn't put that Christy didn't have a part of this. So she was like, you sure she didn't help you out in no kind of way? You know, did she give you a number to a private investigator? I mean, she didn't say that, but you know, she probably was thinking that. And she was like, no, because she called me the night after she found out and said, did you know Brianna was served with papers? And she was like, I knew. Then Christy was like, well, why you didn't tell me? And Julie was like, I don't tell you nothing that's dealing with my legal matters. And she has every right to say that. Why are you even worried about that, Christy? So you still being nosy. Huh. And was it Julie? She was saying like, look, Christy had nothing to do with this. She's not the private investigator, so you could just stop knocking on that door. But of course, Tara still got it out for Christy, so she still thinks she got something to do with it. So they do this little girls' day out. They do something called archery. Basically, I call it target shooting with bows and arrows. You know, like with the Indians, you go like that. So that's basically what I called it. And they do a little friendly competition. The Acons versus I don't know. I know Elena and Jasmine told us what kind of dwarfism they had, but I can't remember. But they did it like that. So then, after they did their little friendly competition, they sat down, they talked. Tanya brought up she having her her active gear is finally ready, it's up and running, and she wants to do a photo shoot. I'm like, oh, okay, we back on this photo shoot. I mean, we back on this active gear. Okay, and she said she wants the women to be a part of it, as well as she wants, basically, she need their help. Help me. I'm struggling. I need your help, okay? And then Tara was like, well, you know I can't be in it. I can be there for you, but I can't be in it. Girl, don't you see this belly? I'm pregnant. And Tanya was like, okay. Yeah, but you best believe you gonna be there, because you just talking the most trash about my line, as well as you got Elena on the bandwagon, so you best be there. I was like, all right then, okay. Then Jasmine, she brings up, but before that, Tanya, she forewarned the girl. She was like, look, Christy's gonna be there, so be on your best behavior, okay? This is my money. I'm spending on this, and time is money. And I don't got time for y'all to be acting up on my watch, as well as my money. So act right. Of course, Tara, she was rolling her eyes like, why are we even bringing her up? Why is she even a part of the group still? Okay. But then that brought Jasmine bring up her situation she had with Christy. She said she sat down with her. Then she was like, her Christy dad is suffering with cancer and he's dying. And then you should have saw Tara's eyes. I mean, her eyes just bulked it like very open and wide, just like, are you serious type thing. I was like, oh my gosh. And so Tanya was like, wait a minute, hold up. When I talked to her about her dad, I got the feeling that she was saying that he had a cancer scare, not per se that he had cancer. And I was like, oh Lord, Another two-sided story. I tell you, I can't take it. So then, what is it? Have talked to her. Tanya said, oh, well, yeah. So then Tara, she brings up the whole Julie situation, and Julie slipped up because she said, what you call it, didn't know, but then she did know. I don't even know what Tara trying. She's just trying to make something out of nothing to me, but it is what it is. And then Elena was putting her 2 cents in. She was like, look, I just think Chrissy's just trying to fix her relationship with Brianna. She misses the girl. She wants everything to be back to how it was. I think she means well. Other ladies, like besides Tanya, hell no, she don't mean well. She's out to get her, blah blah blah. And I'm on Tanya's side on this one. I was Tanya all day for this episode. She said, look, accept Christy for who she is gonna be. She gonna be messy, she gonna be petty, she gonna do all this other stuff. At the end of the day, that's her right now. Don't know what's going on with her right now, but accept her for who she is. Okay? That's it. I'm done with it. I'm done with trying to be the mediator, trying to do this. At the end of the day, they both gonna be who they are. She's still gonna be with Matt, and she's still gonna be doing her little thing on the side. I just can't take it. So we're gonna move on from that. Then we got Atlanta and Preston. Basically, they had a little date night. Once again, Christy is in people's mouths, and basically, Christy need a lifeline. Can somebody get her a lifeline, because she's drowning right about now. She needs what are them little things? The little, I can't even call them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you go swimming, you got the little floaties. She need one of those, because she out there in yonder. Okay. Then we got Christy and Plastic. And basically here, now this right here disturbed my soul, because I was so like, what the hell? I can't even. Let's just get into it. Just to let you know, it's very disturbing. So Plastic asks, how's it been going with the girls? Christy, of course, they've been getting on my butt. They don't believe me. They don't believe me about you. They just been getting on my butt, okay? And so Plastic goes to tell us that after Todd and Christy's anniversary party, Brianna, I think, posted a picture of Plastic and Brianna, and Matt messaged her, I think, and basically he was small talking her, Plastic, and then he goes to say that Brianna isn't adventurous when it comes to sex, or basically their sex life is boring. And I'm like, why are you even telling this person that? Like, that is none of their business. But then Plastic goes to say he wants to explore more, and he has been sexually involved with women and men. I'm like, oh, what in the hell? Stop it right there. Stop it. And I put it on everything. He probably was having unprotected sex. I'm just saying, because he looked like he a free baller, just all out there. So then she goes to say, what would really, that he said what really would be cool if he could have one person that is both gender, a female and a male. I was like, okay. Then she goes to say that he said before Plastic has the surgery, he wants to see, I guess, the private part, the little, penis, to fantasize, I don't know, do whatever in his mind, I don't know. And I'm like, Then she goes to say that he referred to her as a tranny, and in that, you know, in the gay community, LBT, they don't like that. You know, I've heard it, not even just from this from her saying it, but you know, from other people. That's disrespectful. Then she goes to say that he also disrespects Brianna by calling her the N word, and I'm like, what the hell is the N word? Is it mother? And thank goodness to, what is it? Christy. She said it was the midget, and I ain't even gonna lie. I take up for the little people, because when people will be calling, oh, that's a midget. No, they are little people. Okay, let's not disrespect. All right. So I take up for y'all. I take up for the little people. You know, I take up because I don't deal good. Nope, don't disrespect around my watch. Nope. So then I'm just like, this is just too much. And so she's saying that he has a fetish with little people as well as transgender people, and that's just too much in one. I couldn't take it when I was watching it. I just couldn't take it. Then she said that he sent his, you know what, his, we're just gonna say his junior, through a picture message. I was like, I won't. Let's just get off of it. I can't even do it. But they both decided, well, look, we're going to meet up with the girls and you tell your side of the story and we're just going to go from there. I'm like, wrong move. So then we have the Little Boss Body photo shoot. Basically, it's kind of like the little fitness shoot that Tanya had. Ish wasn't together. She didn't have a director. She didn't have makeup artists. Like, she was just basically freeballing it. She just wanted her friends to help her along the way. So, then we come to find out, Tara asked her, where your logo at? You know, how you gonna promote stuff and you ain't even got your logo? And she was like, oh, about that, I changed that. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be some type of plaque thing. And, what's her name? Tara was like, oh, really now? So you took my advice. You wasn't feeling it. She was like, oh, the logo's still on there. No, don't be trying to play that time. You know, you took it to heart, but you still changed that logo. So then they start taking pictures. The pictures turned out beautiful from what they showed us on the TV or however you watch the show. The bomb. Then we get to Plastic. Plastic walks in. They just shut everything down. Okay, and I mean, it went from, hey, y'all, that look good, girl, you know, put it, and might I add, Tanya was looking swole. I was like, I see you, girl, you know, put them guns to you. You know, I got me some, no, let's just put that back. No, that ain't, I got no. But it was looking good. But like I said, what's her name? Plastic. She come in, everything just went to 100 real quick. Everybody trying to figure out, why are you here? No disrespect to you in general, but why are you here? Tanya said, clear as day, don't bring nobody. You know, this is my photo shoot. I just want my girls and my daughter here to help me get through this and make this a masterpiece. Why are you here? So they going back and forth. Then Jasmine, she comes in talking about some, you know, no disrespect to you, but you cheated on you cheated with Matt on Brianna, and Plessy like, hold up now, no, I didn't cheat. And then Tanya was like, who gives a crap? This is not the time nor the place, which it wasn't. And Christy knew that. Come on now. And they were just still going back and forth. It got to a point where they were just calling each other itches. Then Plastic was like, you want me to hit you with this bat? I was like, hold up, girl. Then Tanya was like, basically, I wish you would. I wish you would. You would be getting your butt whipped. Alright. And then Tanya was like, look, just go on, just leave, just go by, girl, boy, whatever you are, what you trying to be. And I was like, oh, it's just too much. That scene was definitely crazy. It was what I was looking for, because this, leading up to the episode was boring as hell. I'm just gonna say it. But they were going back and forth. What else? What was some other stuff? Tanya was like, "This is irrelevant. I could care less. Why would you do this to me, Christy? Why would you bring this drama here? Matt and Brianna not even here." And Tanya, not Tanya, Christy was like, "Look, y'all don't believe me. I was just trying to show you that it is true. He is messing with it. Who cares? Nobody gives a damn." I was here for it, child. I was here for it. And what else? No cheating. Don't need to prove this. It was wild. They were acting wild. So, what is it? Tara, and she knows she wrong. She was like, "Tanya, go ahead and take her," because Tanya didn't even bring her shoes. I'm like, what? Really? But she was like, "Tanya, go and take them shoes off so Chrissy can leave with plastic, girl." And she just, yes, go on, bye. Then it got to a point they was walking out. Plastic and Tanya, not Plastic and Christy was walking out, and Tanya, she was so, getting very, very pissed. She was like, "Then give me my clothes back. Take my clothes off." She was like, "No, I will mail it to you." I was like, "You know what? Just have them." Because you say you're going to mail it to me and I never get it. So then, this was my part. I want to make sure she said, after, what's her name? What's their name? Christy and Plastic left. She said, "What the hell wrong with that girl? Did she know I will freak her knees up and bring her down to my freaking level, then freak her up again?" I was like, damn. She had me rolling. Tanya had me rolling for real. I said, that got to be a bad mama jamma. She said, "I will kick her butt, bring her down to her size. Not basically knock them knees down, bring her up, and beat her again." I was like, "Girl, you are too much for me. You are too much." That right there. Oh my gosh, that was too much. But on that note, that's all I got for y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I know it took me a minute, because for me, Little Women LA just been getting boring, but this right here definitely excited me again about this show. I was like, oh my gosh, Tanya is a mess, honey. But y'all tell me what y'all thought about the episode, as well as my commentary, and I will see you on the next review. Bye.